Today we are joined with Phoebe Zhang, fashion model, content creator, and influencer. Welcome, Phoebe, to the Glossover.
Thank you so much for having me, Sarah.
I'm so excited that you're here. I feel like we've known each other for so long now.
I know, it's actually been crazy. I feel like we've gone through many different eras of our lives together.
Yeah, we've known each other for a while now, like 4
Yes,
years.
4 years. And we've both filled up so much time, done so many things in those last 4 years.
Yeah, and it's been amazing too, like watching you grow into the content creator and model that you are today has been such a privilege to be on the sideline for. And so I'd love to start off by talking about your career, and I'd love for you to explain to our listeners that maybe haven't come across your feed, which I don't know where you have been if you haven't. You've been living under a rock. But tell us about your career and kind of how you got into influencing and content creation.
Well, I actually started social media when I was about 13 years old. Not many people know that I was a full-time dancer from the age of 13. I was homeschooled, so I could dance.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, not many people do. I trained 52 hours a week from the age of 13 to maybe 18. And I was really fortunate to be introduced to social media so early on in my life. I feel like it's been such a big part of my life and such a benefit as well. I was traveling interstate and overseas with my dance coach for a few years, and she really helped build my platform. I think the biggest challenge was then changing my platform from a dancer and having young dance inspiring followers to then converting that to a modeling fashion based platform. So that was a big challenge, having to convert those people and bring in new people. I think also I went through a period maybe 2 years ago where I really identified myself as a brand and my niche. So then I felt like I was going through a whole nother process of converting more people into who I really was, what I really wanted to represent.
You're always adapting. I feel like in social media, through the
Yeah.
different stages of your life and kind of the circles you run in, it's always growing and ever evolving.
Oh my gosh, it changes all the time. Like there's so much evolution within the media, and you really you find yourself along the way. And you really want to tap into different things. Like I'm the type of person who wants to do a lot of different things.
Can't stop.
Yeah, don't just
Always
want to try it
moving.
all. Why not? So yeah, I feel like I lost followers as well. And I was kind of happy with that because those followers no longer resonated with myself. And then I gained people who obviously resonated with my profile then. So yeah, it's just been a massive part of my life for so long.
And did you always know, transitioning from dance into modeling and now content creation, was the step quite easy and natural for you? Because I know a lot of dancers, with the way that they move on stage and then you put them in front of a camera, like anytime I'm doing makeup on someone who's a dancer, they just move so effortlessly and beautiful. For you, was that
sure.
natural?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. We did a lot of dance modeling when we were younger. And a lot of the time it's different to what we are performing on stage. So you have to try and make something that's ridiculously hard look so effortless. And I think that's the same with modeling. You're portraying something. So you're really working on making sure that your performance is coming across the camera well and right, for especially when you're working with a brand and you're promoting something. I think it really helped being a dancer. We're so expressive when we're on stage, so I'm able to do that naturally when I'm modeling. And same with movement as well. Our bodies just work in different ways, so we're able to just do different things.
And so when you made the decision, because you said you were 13 when you were homeschooled, is that right?
Yeah.
That would have been a really difficult decision for you and your mum. How did that naturally play out?
It's so hard. Once you're in the industry, it's really hard to see outside of the industry. And
So I'm just thinking dance moms, everything in the back of my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, Maddie,
Yeah, no, it literally was that. I did classes with Abby Lee when I was younger.
oh wow.
Yeah, I did 2 workshops with her
In Australia?
in Australia. I met all the girls. My coach at the time was really close with her. They had a working relationship from Australia to US. So literally how Dance Mums was, it was quite similar.
Yeah.
And that was why it was so important for me at the time. The end goal was to be
Professional dancer.
professional dancer.
Wow.
So you have to put in the work and you have to put in the effort. And my parents are ridiculously supportive. I wouldn't be anywhere without them. And it wasn't really a hard decision for them. I think for myself, eat, sleep, breathe, dance. Nothing else existed. You don't see anything outside of the dance world. So for me, this was the biggest dream. This is everything I want in life. So when I did start, it was a really good choice for me. And it did help me progress to where I did end up going.
And so was that always the next goal, going from dance? I mean, obviously as a dancer training so intensely, was the goal always to be a professional dancer, and then modeling is kind of just naturally how you fell into it? Or?
Definitely the goal was to be a professional dancer. Prior to COVID, I was kind of on a straight path to reaching all my goals. I had a lot of opportunities, which was incredible.
COVID stuffed us all up.
COVID stuff us all. And the industry, I would say personally, like the entertainment industry was already struggling. There's not as much money, there's not as much opportunities. So when COVID came into play, it was like a disaster. I mean, for everyone, for so many businesses. And I feel like I then stepped back and realized there was a lot more out there than just dancing. And the industry does turn into a toxic place. It's hard for it to not.
Totally.
And luckily for me, I feel like I am quite strong with my morals and how I've been raised.
And your sense of self. I think that's the thing I realized when I first met you is you're so authentically yourself.
Yeah.
And so going into any room, I feel like you're not molding into different people trying to be something you're not.
But yeah, I feel like then I was stepping outside and I was like, whoa, this is maybe not what I want for my life. Like there is a lot more. And I've always loved modeling. And again, that came from dance modeling and then doing it. You get your headshots done. I'm like, this is amazing. I love it. This is so much fun. I'm already creating content as well. And I'm like doing makeup fake shoots at my house with my mum when I'm like in my spare time, like, you know, so I think it was like a natural progression for me to kind of fall into that avenue. And I wouldn't change that. Like I'm the happiest I've ever been. And I love what I do. So yeah, very lucky.
I think too as well, something that's really important is when you are a creative, whether you're a model, an actor, a dancer, an influencer, I feel like it's such a grind being a freelancer in any capacity. And so if you are a dancer and you are trying to pick up work, especially in Australia post-COVID, there's not as much budget. I think I see a lot of my friends who are in a similar situation, a similar upbringing to you. They will dabble in different things anyways because you kind of have to pick up those little jobs when they're available.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't be fussy.
No, you cannot be fussy. You take what you can get and you make it work. And if you don't know how to do something, you figure it out. Like I was booked for a shoot one day, a roller skating shoot. And it was when I was starting out. And I'd never been on roller skates my life ever.
Wow.
And it was like this super vintage, super gorgeous, glam, Barbie inspired shoot for a roller skating brand. And I was like, yeah, I can roller skate. Of course I can. On a pier in St Kilda. Sure.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Put those roller skates on. I was like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm warming up. Just warming up.
Just warming up. I've done this before.
Yeah. Like this is the regular. But you just make it work.
And now, so fast forward, you've been doing dancing and you're going into modeling. You're signed with Brooklyn Management. Yes. And so how was that process in going into becoming a signed model? Because I know so many people out there who would be listening to this would be interested in starting a career in modeling. I talk to so many girls on the regular basis about it.
I signed with Brooklyn Management late last year.
Oh, recent.
And honestly, it was one of my biggest achievements because Brooklyn was like the dream to me. I've loved them for years. So I'm so blessed and so privileged to be able to work with them. And I think as well I'm a shorter girly and I'm not your typical model. So it was really, really big for me. And I couldn't be like, I'm just so grateful to be a part of them. And I think also it's so rewarding because with Brooklyn, it's not just the career aspect, it's also the support that they have and the knowledge. They're like a family, and that's why it's so special to be a part of their team. And they're so reputable because of how well they work.
Everything I hear about Brooklyn as well is that they are a family first. And it's really refreshing because I think I've met so many people in the industry, backstage, different types of models, different types of genres of modeling, and you hear stories. Yeah. And Brooklyn, I've never heard one bad word about Brooklyn.
No, yeah. And like you just couldn't because they really are exactly what people say. And they make it's such a high pressure industry. There's so many aspects of it that isn't as glamorous as what you think, and it is brutal. But Brooklyn make it a safe space because they sign you for you, and that's what they want. They don't want you looking like the average model that everyone wants to look like. They just want you for who you are.
They cast real people.
They cast real people because there's going to be jobs out there for you. And why be cast for a job that's not you? It's not going to translate. So yeah, that was definitely a big moment for me. And I was obviously so nervous. It's just beautiful. It's like I learned so much. It's a space for me to message any of our agents, advice on this, thoughts on this, what do you think I should be doing? They manage my content as well. So
okay. So you're signed also as a content creator with Brooklyn.
Yeah. So it's really, really good because so many things go hand in hand. And then I have people who are more tailored to just doing my content. So they will send me out things that, yeah, like, why don't you work on this? Why don't you try this? There's these opportunities. And then modeling, they're like, well, we could maybe do a shoot like this and that will help bring in these kind of clients. So they're just like, it's like a space that I can go to ask anything and get back the support and knowledge that I need.
A fully tailored service as well.
Yeah, it really is.
So how did you go into getting signed?
I went online.
Mm-hmm. You did the application?
I did the application.
You knew Brooklyn was for you. That's why.
Well, yeah, I did it 2 years in a row.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I didn't hear back the first year, and I was like, that's fine. Again, I probably wasn't the person, or like I wasn't exactly what I wanted to promote myself as. I feel like I was still transitioning into like really honing in on who I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at the time it probably wouldn't have suited me, which is fine. And then a year later, I was like, no, I'm really confident in who I am. I'm really happy with who I am, how I look. Like, I think that I would love to be signed.
You had something new to offer.
Yeah, something new. I felt just like, I'm like, I think this is just me. Like, I'm going to do it again and we'll see. If it's not for me, that's all right. One door closes, another one opens. Like, I'm pretty open with that as well. And then my application photos wouldn't send through.
Oh, no.
And I was like, is this this must be the sign. Like, maybe it's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I left it. I was like, oh, well, whatever. That's fine. And then the next morning I was at work and I was like, no. Like, if I want something, I've never been one to not go for it.
Yeah.
And I've never been one to let a no stop me. Like, I will then work on it until it's a yes.
Mm.
So
and I think a lot of people can relate to that too, because I think being a shorter person in the industry, it's hard to kind of get your foot through that door.
Yeah.
And so if you get that one rejection, a lot of people just walk away and give up.
And think that, it's
and
just
it's
not going to
them.
happen.
Yeah, it's them. There's something wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
That they're not suited for it.
I've gone
but
to
you were
so
like,
many...
no, give it to me.
Yeah, no, I'm like, no. We are going to make this happen. Especially because now you go to so many of the bigger agencies and profiles and they do have high requirements still. And you're like, well,
Why?
it's not going to happen. Like, I could put on the highest heels and...
We're not growing.
We're not growing, and that's fine. Like, you're just, that's okay. And I was like, no, there's no height requirement. This is going to happen. And then I reached out to them on Instagram and I was like, by the way, like, is there an email I can maybe send my prints to, because it won't let me online? I got back a response that day and then got an email just requesting all the information, sent it through. And then I think maybe a day later, I was running on the treadmill. Wow. And then it popped up and I was like, what is this? What is
that
this?
Moment of that moment of like,
yeah. And usually nothing can stop my run. I'm like, any notification, I'm like, later, I'm in my zone. I got off straight away, I clicked on it and they're like, we'd love to set up a meeting with you. We're busy over the next 3 weeks. Like, do you want to set up a time? And yeah, it kind of happened from there. I was really lucky. I had a meeting with 4 of the most beautiful people that were on their team. They offered me a position on the spot.
Wow. So no casting, no walk or anything?
No, I was then leaving to go to China and Japan, I think a week later. So they're like, take your time if you need to think about it. I'm like, think about it? What am I thinking about? Like, what is there to think about? Yeah. So then when I got back, it was end of December. We kind of kicked things straight off and yeah, I've been happy since.
Beautiful. And I think too, now that you've been doing your modeling quite a bit, has there been a standout moment for you or anything that's kind of come up that you've gone, oh my goodness, I've made it. I'm a model.
I'm like very, very hard on myself.
Yeah.
Like
it's the dancer in you.
It's the dancer in me. Nothing's good enough. Like obviously I'm proud of myself and I'm so happy with all of my things that I have done. And in the moment, I'm always like, oh, this is amazing. But I'm also like a fangirl. Like I'm excited about everything. So I feel like it's hard to like highlight one moment or one shoot where I'm like, wow, this is like, I've absolutely made it. But I think that's just because I am so hard on myself. I'm like, on to the next thing, on to the next.
Always on to the next.
Yeah, definitely signing with them was a big moment where I was like, I know this is going to happen. Like my dreams will all fall into place now. I obviously work closely with Victoria's Secret on their content creation. Modeling for them would be insane, doing a campaign. Obviously that's like every girl's dream.
dream.
So that would definitely be like one that you know, is just up there.
How do you land a job like that? Like, I'm seeing in your feed, I was scrolling through it last night. I'm looking, I'm like, Victoria's Secret. There's all the MCO Beauty. There's so many brands that you're doing content for. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's been insane. It's actually been insane to think like this is a life and a job.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. Who, like, you never would imagine. But yeah, working with Victoria's Secret obviously has to be a major highlight for myself. I grew up saving my money to spend it at Victoria's Secret. Every birthday, it was like you get your 3-4 Victoria's Secret presents.
Yes.
So that was like a big thing for myself. I actually first got a scam email from Victoria's Secret.
No.
And I got it and I saw it and I was like, dang.
Damn.
Like, it was like a Victoria's Secret at Gmail. I was like, can you not? Like, the one brand.
Don't hit me with the fake.
Yeah, no, like any other brand, sure, send it through. But Victoria's Secret, now you're just playing me. And then I think a week later, I got an email through a PR agency who obviously booked some of their content creators. And I was like, is this real? Like, now I'm nervous. Is this real? So I did like all my research.
Due diligence.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, it was. And I think I was like, okay, well, this is like, this is it. Like, I am going to make it. Like, this is huge. And once I did my first campaign with them, I obviously like put my everything into the content that I produced naturally, because I've got such a big passion for it.
And to foster that relationship, show them what you can do with a gifted piece.
Exactly. Like, what can I do and why am I going to help make your brand?
And how are you going to stand out? Because I feel like a lot of girls, like what people might not understand if you're not in the industry is you're sending out a pair of shoes or a bra to everyone. You're sending the same bra to everyone. It might be 100 different people. Yep. How are you going to look different out of that 100 people? And how are you going to make so much content for us in so many unique ways? It's going to make our feed look different from what everybody else is doing.
Exactly. Because you want to be the post that people scroll and click on.
Yeah. You want to be the one that they're picking up and they're putting on their socials and on their website.
Exactly.
Which you have been. You've been on their socials.
Yeah, I have been on their socials, which is, been great, obviously. But yeah, I think then trying to elevate every campaign post, because I work with them every 2-3 months for the last 2.5 years.
So long.
Yeah, which is, I'm
such
like,
a great relationship.
How? Like, and yeah, like you said, I've built a really good relationship with the team. And I think it's important. A lot of the content is store visits that you then take your product, which I love, because it's not just like a send out, there's no communication.
Yeah.
You actually create connections with the workers. They're there. It's not a quick turnaround. So I'm seeing them every few months.
And you're getting that feedback. They're remembering you.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, it takes like 0 effort, 0% energy to be the nicest person you can be. I think that's like such a big thing in this world. It's costs $0 to be the nicest person, and it's the easiest thing to do. So you may as well do it. Like, this is not just a job. This is building a relationship.
And a network.
Exactly. For people then to remember, like, oh, she posted a photo and I loved it, but like,
she was difficult to work with or whatever.
Exactly. Like, you would hate to have that reputation. You'd rather it not be as a nice, good photo and be like, oh, I remember that girl. She was so beautiful.
Let's give her another chance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's so much more important than being like, wow, she's gorgeous, but she's mean.
You know, it's interesting you say that too, because for me, when I went overseas to America with IMG Fashion Camp. Oh, wow. And when I was there, I met Gigi Hadid and I met her booking agent. Yeah. Yes,
that is like,
I know.
Is she like how does she exist?
She's amazing. She's even more beautiful in real life. How dare she?
I know, I could imagine.
But you know, it was really interesting. I was talking to her agent and they did a panel and they had people that knew Gigi Hadid and people in the room. And obviously at the time she was represented by IMG. And one thing that really stood out from her hair and makeup artist was, I meet all these celebrities. I've done all these Victoria's Secret girls. The one thing about her is she's the nicest person in the room and everybody remembers her for it.
I love that. And that makes me so happy.
Oh, it was amazing. And she hugged, there were maybe like, I don't know, 60 students, 60 girls. and we're all like, you know, between 13 and 17. And so she hugged every single person in the room, took photos with everyone. She was the nicest celebrity that I met in America.
Wow.
And so it goes back, and I always remember that when I'm on set and I'm doing things with different people, I always want to make that connection and make that point of difference of, I'm a makeup artist, you're a model, you're going to see hundreds of like if you're a good model and a really well booked model, you're going to see hundreds of makeup artists. So it's like you want to make sure that you have that connection that makes you stand out, right?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It makes a big difference. But I love that you've said that about Gigi Hadid. That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fangirling through you now.
Yeah. So going back to agencies, I feel like people listening at home might be curious about the relationship that agencies have with brands. Would you be able to talk on how agencies reach out to you and kind of how that process of scouting different people on social media is?
A lot of the times the brands will reach out to an agent. Sometimes they will send out like a very brief casting call, as you will, where we're looking for a girl who's, you know, bubbly on camera, who talks to the camera well.
A brief description of what they're wanting.
A very brief description. I feel like with the social media world, it's so broad. It's such an oversaturated industry that you really can't pinpoint the exact kind of person you want until you've seen their content. Because you could just say, I want like brown hair, brown eyes, and can talk nice, and see their content and be like, yeah, and you're like, beautiful.
Me.
Yeah, just book Sarah for everything. And then they might be like, but her content doesn't really like suit what we want. So I feel like there's that aspect of brands reaching out to agencies, but then also brands will reach out and like propose a job for like this specific content creator. So a lot of my work, I would say, I gets through my agent, where a brand will be like, come across Phoebe's page, I love what she does, we really want to see this product, we think this would work really well for her, and then Kelsey, my agent, will come to me and she'll say, what are your thoughts? This is like the opportunity. Do you want to take it? Do you not? For myself, then accepting the job, I really like to step back and think, okay, will my audience resonate with this? Do they want to see this in the fact, will they want to buy the product? Do I want them buying the product? Do I want them experiencing what I'm experiencing? Do I want them doing what I'm doing?
Really putting the audience first.
Yeah, exactly. And if I feel like I'm going to post this and people be like,
why is she posting this? This isn't on brand for her.
Yeah, this is just weird. Like, you know, then I would step back and be like, okay, that really indicates whether I accept a job or not. And obviously you want to take as many opportunities as possible. And, you know, so many things will come from it. But you have to also be authentic to yourself and the brand of what you're accepting.
And I think too, like you were saying, it's about the relationship that you have as an influencer or a content creator with a brand, but it's also the relationships you have with those agencies. Yeah. Because they're the ones that are going to send it out, contact your agent, give you product, invite you to events. Yeah. And so going on that, what advice would you give to somebody who's wanting to get in the industry and kind of that relationship that they should have with agencies?
Yeah, I think having that relationship is so important and so beneficial. There are so many PR agencies there. So many, but they all add and bring something to the industry, and they create incredible events, which is so beneficial to your career. You meet so many people. So they're the kind of people you really do want to have a connection with. And I think from them, if it resonates with yourself, to accept everything that they kind of have to offer, especially on a gifting basis. I know that there's such a big opinion on a gifting, you know, the gifting industry. For myself, even though I've been doing it for so many years, I'll accept gifting almost 99% of the time. Yeah. As long as I think that I will use the product or want to promote it. No obligation
to post.
No obligation. Even if there is, sometimes I'm like, yeah, actually, I know that I would receive this product and I would do it. But that is then creating trust between the brand, that creates trust with the PR agency and you. And then that is the easiest way to be able to influence your audience, which is what they want. And those things then lead to paid partnerships.
It's all about exposure and kind of getting your name out there. And, you know, the thing is, when I was designing the gloss over and thinking about the sort of people that I wanted to get on the pod, the first thing that kind of came to mind was talking to you, because I feel like I've seen you at events. I've obviously done your makeup years and years ago, but ever since, I feel like you keep coming up on my feed. And if I'm not seeing you in a feed, I'm seeing you at some random event that I'm not expecting to see you at. And it's like, you just keep popping up. And I think exposure is it can be a really good thing, because good exposure can kind of put you in the right places.
For sure.
But overexposure is something that can be quite damaging to a brand and trust between a customer and an influencer.
Absolutely.
No, how do you manage that?
Well, I honestly have, at the start, I probably was like, just take every opportunity, because like you said, good exposure is exposure is good. And then I think in the last couple of years, I've been like, no, actually, there's a time where it's just like, no, I need to focus on will this event benefit me? What am I taking away from it, rather than just getting Instagram photos?
Yeah.
Will I want to work with this brand in the future? Will I get an opportunity with this brand in the future? And I would support anyone and everyone, but if it's not for me, then it's not for me. I think for myself, I've got like a bit of categories mentally where I'm like, if these kind of people reach out, then yes, it would be a definite. But then if it's events that are based around drinking or going out, DJ events, that kind of thing, I don't necessarily see the benefit of it for myself and my career.
It's not on brand.
Not on brand.
Yeah.
So it would be absurd if I'm out and I'm like, get this drink, and I don't drink. Like, people are going to be like, well, you're just posting anything to post.
Because we know you don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I feel like that's where I've definitely been able to identify what is good for me and what I should be doing and what I should be accepting, and what I'm happy to support on the other end and just let go.
Yeah.
Because when you're starting out, for people, I feel like saying no to opportunities, you feel like everything is detrimental.
Yeah.
Like, and I think for younger girls as well, you think, oh my gosh, but so-and-so went to this event and
I didn't get invited or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and now I've lost all these opportunities and I'm never going to become who I want to become, and she's going to become the most famous person in the world because she went to this one event, which is like not the case.
No.
Ever. So I think once you kind of realize what you know is for you, you take it, and then what isn't, that's all right.
And I think too, it's privilege. You know, as you grow your audience and you have had that exposure, you do have the privilege of picking what you do and don't take.
Yeah, no, I do say in a way that I'm like very grateful and lucky that
You've worked hard for it, babe.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really, really do. Because I feel like it's, something that I'm so passionate about.
You could talk about it for hours.
I literally could. Like, honestly, I was like, this is perfect. I love talking. And I love talking about anything to do with the content modeling space.
And you talk so well on it as well.
Thank
I
you.
think something that's really interesting for you as well is because you are so prevalent on social media. I feel like we see all this beautiful, perfect, pink content from you. What does a day in your life look like typically?
Wow, it's very different to what you would see on social media. One that I am trying to kind of transition into a little bit because, I'm still in a part-time job. I'm in an office from 7 a.m. till 3:30, 4 days a week.
Wow. And you would never know.
Yeah, no one really knows. They're like, can you come in today? And I'm like, no.
I have work.
Actually, no. I am hoping to go down to 3 days soon. But my days do sometimes start at 4 a.m.
Wow.
and can then finish late into the evening because I'm training before work. I'm then working 8.5 hours a day. I'm shooting, I'm eventing, I'm cooking.
You're hustling for this life.
Hustling, yeah. Like, I genuinely have hustling. Like, I'm trying to not let anything stop me. It is coming to a point where like the juggle is hard, but I think because I've been surrounded by so many incredibly supportive people, my mum and my sister literally do so much for me. So a lot of the stress and pressure is taken off, and obviously my hubby and dad do the same when they're not working. But I mean, girls,
the girls are always
different. And I'm lucky. My boss, he's incredible. He is so supportive.
Yeah.
And he has no idea what I'm talking about.
Half the time.
Half the time he's probably like, what is she on about? But he's really made it so easy for me to be flexible and not say no to the jobs that I feel like I shouldn't say no to. So I am very lucky in that aspect. But obviously, like, the dream is to make it a full-time job, and I'm hoping it feels like it is coming closer to that.
I think so.
Definitely is coming closer, but within time, I'm trying to be patient, which isn't my strongest suit, especially when you're like constantly going. You're
Especially in this industry.
In this industry,
it's hard to be patient. You see everybody getting these amazing jobs and you're like, but why not me? I've
yeah,
been in these rooms.
What about me? Well,
Yeah.
seriously. No, but like, I feel like, and again, I then step back and people will post like, I finally have gone full time. And I'm like, I thought you were always. So again, I'm then seeing it. I'm like, oh, so it obviously isn't just me. Eventually that will be my reality. But I mean, in this economy,
It's
owning
hard.
houses, it's like, I need to be realistic.
100%.
And the time will come. Like, I know it will. I'm just letting it happen when it does.
And letting it naturally take its course.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't want to put pressure on it or jump into something when I actually am not ready. I feel like I'm ready, universe. Just letting you know.
Just letting you know.
Just letting
up
you know
there.
I am ready.
If you could give advice to anybody in the industry that's kind of having a bit of a creative block or they're not getting booked for jobs, modeling, they're not getting any campaigns for their socials, what would you give them as advice?
Yeah, I would definitely tell them, one, that the industry is a hard industry, but it's not an impossible one. And with the right tools and the right work and focusing your energy into the right things, that's where you're going to see results. Don't be following what people are doing. You don't need to do trends are a massive part of the industry. And I think they work really, really well. But then I think also they're not as important because a brand is going to book you for you and what you're producing rather than how well the trend went. And I think that's a big thing. People think, oh, but this is the next best trend. Like, let's jump onto this. And maybe for brands it would work better, but for you as a content creator or model, it's probably not as beneficial in my opinion. I think trying to find in the content space, trying to find your niche, trying to find what you want to represent yourself as is so important, and really focus on that. Maybe have 2 to 3 things that really, really make you, whether it's your beauty and your fashion, and really highlight those aspects on your page. Make those your things that you want to do the most content in. I think content is also very important to have stuff that you've organically created rather than posting brand. I got this brand deal. I got this gifting. That's incredible. And that's so important. But
it's not relatable. It's
no,
unattainable.
It's not relatable. It's exactly, I think right now it is so important to be doing unfiltered, relatable content. Where, I mean, I personally almost find that hard, but I mean, not hard in a way. I feel like I'm always authentically showing up as myself and producing my content as me. But it is so easy to do curated posts that have been mapped out in your mind, especially with fashion. I want a full body shot. I want a half body shot. But the unfiltered content tends to be doing better.
When people can see you.
Yeah, exactly. A dump of what you did on Sunday. I saw Sarah on Sunday. I went and got coffee. I'm showing my new shoes. Got a handbag. It's like cool. People are loving that kind of content. So I think, focusing on yourself and who you are, you can have a mix of curated content. You can have a mix of unfiltered and not focusing too much on what is trending right now.
Also adding on to that, looking at other creators that authentically show up themselves. And I think if you find a good group of people that you can follow and you can kind of get ideas off and kind of make that your own, and finding people that are true to themselves, opposed to just following the same, I was going to say blonde, blue eyes, but the same
Thanks, Sarah.
influencer every single time. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a lot of repetition, and I think people are seeing past that, and they're seeing
For sure.
that there's a lot more opportunity to kind of be unique, and people are finding that a lot more relatable than unattainable, slow days, Pilates, diet culture. I feel like we're seeing it so much recently.
Absolutely.
And breaking through that's really important.
Yeah, for sure. And also the figures aren't always what makes a difference. Doesn't matter how many followers you have. it's sometimes even now the micro influencers are getting more work than macro influencers, which is a big thing. So if you're disheartened maybe by, oh my gosh, I'm not growing in my followers, I really wouldn't bother about that too much. And just, make sure you're working for what you want, not
Just
for
keep
what
moving.
other people. Yeah, keep moving. Take the opportunities. I think in the modeling space, it's a bit different because a lot of the time the jobs are for a very specific person.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to think of it as this because I try not to, one, I would never compare myself to anyone because it does no good at all, ever. And also I never try not to wish I had what other people have because I'm so fortunate for what opportunities I have been given. And I think it's so important to just remind yourself, every job is for that person. If I didn't get that job is not for me. What's for me is for me, and that will come.
There's been a lot of online discourse about people perceiving influencers and content creators as not actual work. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean...
How much time do you have?
Yeah, no, literally, we can talk about this. I think it's ridiculous. I think anyone who is passionate, driven, dedicating hours of their life to something is work. Regardless if someone's making money from it or not, it is still work.
Yeah.
And it is definitely a job that should be considered a job. Social media is one of the biggest benefits to businesses at the moment. Like, if we didn't have social media,
I wouldn't have a business with my makeup artistry, like talking
Yeah.
it from a business perspective, business owner.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have the business I have now, and I definitely wouldn't be full-time makeup artist. I get a lot of people ask me when I'm doing their makeup, especially the older ladies when I'm doing makeup, and it's the mother of brides saying, so what do you do during the week? Are you studying? It's very hard. And for me, social media is what has created an audience where I am fully booked and I'm able to come off and do creative things like starting a podcast and going into different ventures.
For sure, yeah.
But yeah, if social media wasn't a thing, I don't know how makeup artists survived. I mean, it's the thing is too, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Makeup wasn't really a thing 10 years ago. To have a makeup artist for your wedding day wasn't a thing.
And now it's one of the
It's one of the first things you book.
Yeah, you have to book you in a year, a year in advance. So yeah, I feel like when people say it's not a job, it's an insult to every business.
Yeah.
Because those people have budgets. Businesses and brands have budgets for social media, for content creators, completely aside to anything else. So when you're insulting a content creator, you're insulting a brand.
That's a really mature take, and that's something I haven't even considered.
And not to sound out of touch, because I can understand where people are like, oh, but your life is so glamorous. Your job is taking photos and you're wearing makeup and wearing nice outfits and taking videos of you going to get coffee. And I see where it could be perceived wrong, but if you're actually open-minded and understanding of what a content creator, influencer, model does, then you would understand that it is a big job and it actually is work.
It's just a different type of work. And I think people just, if you haven't grown up in social media and you haven't seen that type of work before, it can be eye-opening. But it is, and in 15 years' time, we'll be having a different conversation about what the landscape looks like as well.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's great that you've been able to build a career off something that you're so passionate about. Transitioning into a different form of social media, you've been able to use your platform to launch your new business, which is so exciting. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, of course. So Maybelle the Muse is mine and my mum's baby. She's like our biggest dream and everything that we talk about all the time. It is a label that we keep very close to ourselves. It's something that we really wanted to produce as a fashion brand that is everything that I've kind of grown up with: the bows, the pearls, the sequins, the diamonds. And I personally find it extremely hard to find outfits that really represent me. And that's what Maybelle does. It is a brand that we will be launching over the next few months, I want to say.
I'm so excited. I mean, I saw you back in January last year and you were wearing a piece and I was like, oh, where's that dress from? You're like, well, my mum made it.
My mum made it. My mum is the most incredibly talented
seamstress.
Yeah, seamstress and designer. Originally self-taught as well. So
Wow.
she's ridiculous. Like, honestly,
It helps growing up dance world.
it does. Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. Like, it's kind of such a big aspect of our lives. We will be launching on drops. So we'll do 4 to 5 pieces that are all custom made one-offs.
Wow.
A lot of them will be, I think a staple of ours would definitely be the corset. That's something that we both love. And
Very iconic to you.
yeah, very iconic. And we tend to design those all the time. So for us, that's probably one of our main things that we'll be doing. It is very exciting. It's obviously just time and patience with it, especially being custom made and handmade. It is
And a
lot.
slower business, like slow
Yeah.
fashion.
Exactly. It's very, very slow. And I'm studying fashion design at the moment. So I've been helping design, but eventually in the next few months, I really want to be a lot more hands-on and more practical. There's so much more to learn in that space. And who better to learn than my mum? And things that I've like dreamt of this from such a young girl. We've always been brought up around fashion, and mum had every Vogue book. Mum had every Marilyn Monroe book, every costume book. Grace Kelly. I have all the Megan Hess fashion design books. So it's really been something that we've grown up with, and now I'm excited to make that a business.
It's beautiful too, because I think a lot of it taps into your personal style. You know, I was looking on your socials last night, just trying to pull inspo on what I really wanted to get to talk about with you today. And I did not realize how much pink is in your feed. It is insane. You just keep scrolling and deeper. Pinks, pearls, bows, corsets. It's all you. Very Phoebe.
It really, really is. And I think it's so much, it's so much fun. It's what I've just been brought up with. And it's literally like second nature to me. If I go anywhere, I'm like always reaching for something pink. I'm always reaching for a bow. I'm always reaching
lots
for
of blush.
Lots
blindness.
of blush blindness. Like, I will say that with my chest. Blush blindness doesn't exist. You just blush on as much as possible. But I have photos from when I was 4 doing dance concerts, and mum had pink sparkly blush up here. And that was like, that's the look.
That was before it was cool.
That was before it was cool, yeah. I feel like she's the trendsetter of all trendsetters.
It's so sweet too, because your mum has been making your dresses for so long. And very recently, or less so recently now, your mum made your wedding dress. Is that right?
She did.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things that she properly made.
Wow.
As in...
What a big undertaking.
She's ridiculous. When we decided we were getting married, I said to mum... she's my best friend. She's my whole life. We do everything together. And I was like, well, what better way than to make this so special, but for you to make my dress? I didn't really have like a vision for my wedding. And I just knew, I was like, Mum, I feel like you're the one who's going to get it and understand it and create it to be exactly what I wanted, and, you know, make it a timeless piece for me. And that's where we started. So it was actually 6 months in the making.
Wow.
It was like a Sunday job that we did for a few hours every Sunday. We went from designing to material shopping, corset making. She made 2 dresses. So she made me obviously my long wedding dress, and then she made me a little after party mini wedding dress, which is just ridiculous. And such a good special thing to have as well, to say that my mum made it for me. Yeah.
And so you got engaged very young, because how old are you, babe?
So I'm 24 now.
You're 24,
Yeah.
and you've been married 2 years?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
We got engaged, and our engagement and our marriage was 17 days apart. Sorry,
Yeah.
engagement and our wedding was 17 days apart, because we planned the wedding before I was even proposed to.
I love it. And that's what I was going to say. I'm like doing my timeline analysis, and I'm like, hang on, wait, 6 months before, wait.
Yeah, the timeline doesn't timeline very well, because we just went with our own. We had planned to go to Europe for 3 months, and I knew that he was going to propose. We went wedding ring shopping. Sorry, we went engagement ring shopping a year prior.
Yeah.
And I just knew, like, oh, girl knows. And I said to him one day, kind of in passing as a joke, I was like, oh my gosh, so we'll go to Europe for 3 months, and obviously you'll propose, but then we have to go again to get married. Like, oh my gosh. And he was like, oh, true. And I was like, we should just get married. Why not?
As a joke.
Yeah. Honestly, as a joke, like we weren't even in a rush, and I'd always said I'm happy with a long engagement. Like, I was never like, I want this, I want that. We kind of just naturally happened.
Organically.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, yeah, can we do that? Should we just do that? And I was like,
it.
yeah,
What a
actually,
king.
he was like, well, I want to marry you. So why would we not do it?
He knew what he wanted and he went for it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we did plan the wedding prior to getting engaged. So we literally went 2 months in Europe and I was still waiting for the ring. And I was like, is it going to happen? Because I planned the wedding.
Oh my goodness.
Where I'm like, we're in Italy. I'm like, our next destination's Greece. That's where we're getting married. And
So you had the date and everything locked in.
everything. We had a wedding planner.
I did not know this.
Yeah, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it was full on. We had a wedding planner who was locked in from like February, photographer, videographer, a band.
Wow.
And it was only a small wedding. It was only,
I was going to say.
yeah, my parents, my sister, and his best man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of all we wanted.
Yeah.
It was so intimate. It was so special. Like
Yeah.
it was really just with our most closest loved ones. And
he's your best friend.
yeah, literally my best friend. Like it was so natural for us to get married young. Like why not? We found each other so early on in life. I think I was 18, he was 21. We started dating during one of the lockdowns or like in between. And I think that just fast tracked our relationship so much. You have no choice but to be, obviously we wanted to be with each other, but like, you know, you learn so much about them in such a short space. There's no, are we seeing each other? Are you seeing other people? Like
He's
that
very
kind
ambitious and he knew what he wanted. He went for it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that's really rare, you know, when you meet lots of people in their relationships in their 20s. There's, as a makeup artist, I'm seeing people waiting out.
Yeah.
More often than not, it's people getting married, you know, after 6-7 years, especially when you get together so young. So it's really special that you've been able to do that together.
Yeah, no, it's been the best choice of our life. I like relive that day in my mind so often. And it's so bittersweet because I'm like, that was the best day of my life. And I will like, that will never happen again. Like that day, why can't I not relive that day all the time?
That's what fairy tales are made of.
Yeah, it really is. And it just was right. It was like perfect from the morning to the end. There was like no stress. We went like in the morning, my mum, my sister and I went to a cafe, we went for a walk, we picked out my roses. It was so beautiful. It was so chill. There was like no stress, no pressure.
It sounds like something out of Mamma Mia where the mum's doing the makeup on the
Oh,
daughter.
it was, well, we got married at the Mamma Mia church.
Oh, wow. Wow. Was that coincidental? Doesn't sound coincidental.
Well, it was actually, it was more so my wedding planner knew that we were going to be in Greece, and I think we'd locked in, we just said we'd be in Greece, and we were in Skiathos and Skopolis, and I had found her through just online, and I'd said to her like, could you send me through some venues and some churches for us to get married in. Neither of us are Greek, so we couldn't get married inside the church. Yeah. Neither of us are Greek.
Is he Chinese, Vietnamese?
Chinese. So he's full Chinese and I'm English, German, Polish. So it was just purely the location. And I just said to her, can you send me a bunch of locations? Like, would love to have a look and see, you know, what we love the most. And of course, even though it is called the Mamma Mia Church, she'd sent me through the original name.
Yeah.
Which I
cannot. The local name.
The local name. And I was like, I didn't even recognize it from the movie because the movie doesn't do like the full lead up of, because it's like 300 and something
steps. Yeah.
Yeah. So she sent that to me and I showed Lincoln and he was like, yeah, I think that's the one. I was like, no, it's perfect. Like, this is it. She's like, oh, the Mamma Mia Church. And Mamma Mia is one of mine and my sister's, my mum's favorite movies. Like, we've seen it a million times.
Being a dancer, musical.
Oh, musical, everything. We could quote the whole movie. And I was like, there's no way. So it was a bit of a coincidence. Crazy to say, but yeah.
Lincoln's been such an amazing support system for you in your career and what you're doing.
Yeah.
How does it translate with him being an Instagram boyfriend?
Yeah, he loves it. No, it's so good. I could not be more blessed and more grateful for how supportive he is. Every goal, every ambition is met with him saying, yeah, you can do it. Of course you're going to do that. You're going to get that. Oh my God. Like he's incredible.
He knows the angles. He cares.
Knows. Oh my gosh. He's the best at taking my photos. Like if I'm with anyone, I'm like, Link needs to take the pics. He's so good at it. And we just like work quickly. I'm like, yeah, we need a close up. We need a half body, a full body, a side, an aesthetic shot. And he's like, wham, bam, bam. He's got it. But it's so great having him so interested. He's someone who's just like very knowledgeable and interested in everyone in every career. So I bring him to events with me all the time. Mind you, everyone loves him.
Yeah.
Everyone falls in love with him.
I have heard.
Yeah, like he's just that kind of guy. Like my friends will reply to stories of Lincoln and be like, I love him. And I'm like, yeah, we do. Like we need to become a Lincoln fan club. But he also takes the time, always, like without fail, every event, dinner or anything I've taken him to, he will speak to the owner of the brand and talk to them about their brand and how they started up and how they're going. One of my agents was at an event and he spoke to her for like an hour. I was off doing content and he spoke to her an hour just about like what she does and why she loves it and what she learned and transitioning from one job to another and what she does and what she looks for in clients and stuff. So he's just like the kind of person that's genuinely interested in people.
We do not date losers.
Absolutely not. Couldn't dare. But yeah, so I'm very, very lucky in that aspect.
Are you ready? We're going to go into quick rapid fire.
Oh, let's
Are you
go.
excited?
I'm excited.
I would love to know most used app.
Instagram.
And why?
And edits.
Edits. Oh, Instagram edits?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you use CapCut at all?
I was using CapCut and then I got told not to.
For engagement?
No, because of the new terms and conditions they put out where they can use your footage without your permission.
I have not heard this.
They released it like allegedly. I'm like,
Allegedly.
They released a statement, I think at like the start of the year.
Oh, okay.
Saying that, and that's why a lot of people posted about it, being like, don't use CapCut if you don't want your stuff to be able to be used
For other purposes.
for other purposes without your permission.
That's terrifying.
Yeah,
okay,
right?
good to know. Best word of advice for someone starting out in modeling?
Stay true to yourself, work hard, and focus on your goals.
Biggest social media ick?
Oh, it's more of like, it's like doing Instagram stories and having a border.
What do you mean?
Like, you know, when someone
I'm like, what do you mean?
This is so bad. It's like when you post an Instagram story and you can zoom in.
Yep.
Sometimes when you zoom out, there's like just like the grey or plain border.
Oh, yes.
When
Or
it's
when
like
you just upload it and it's landscape and then there's the top of the,
I don't know why. I'm like, ooh.
One thing you need to be saying yes more to.
Ooh. Maybe downtime.
Downtime. Having a break.
Having a break, yeah, probably.
And what is your dream?
To just be successful in everything that I'm passionate for. To really like, hit every goal that I've had in my life. Like that's such a big, important thing to me, to have a family that stays strong, supportive, loving.
What are your future plans for yourself, for content creation, modeling?
Just to keep working, keep grinding, make it my full-time job, really, represent myself for who I am, make Maybell a platform. There's so many.
There's
like
so many.
Be on a
tick,
billboard.
Tick, tick.
Yeah, like I have so many where I'm like, this just needs to happen. Work internationally, maybe like move overseas for a few months. Yeah, there's so many goals.
What's one word that you would want to leave people with?
Maybe like today or in general?
In general.
Kindness.
I think that matches. You're pretty kind.
Yay, thanks.
Thank you so much, Phoebe, for coming on The Glossover. It's been so wonderful talking to you. You've been absolutely amazing and generous in your insight today. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure and so grateful.
Hello. You killed it.